Hello, my dear friends. How are you? I hope you people are enjoying learning through online classes. So let's begin our topic without wasting our time. Today, I'm going to teach you a very easiest and very important grammar part in our English language, which will enhance your talent, which will enhance your skill in our English grammar. So, today's our topic is active and passive voice in present tense. Before going to our main topic, I would like to give some information regarding this passive voice. So now I am going to teach you today how to make passive voice in present tense. The main objectives of the present tense are subject, object, and main verb. So these three is the most important parts in our passive voice, in our topic, that is present tense. My dear, you know there are three types of tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. So today's topic is present tense. In present tense, how to form passive voice. That's our topic. So, present tense again divided, okay, again classified into four main topic, okay, that is look over here. The present tense again divided into four main types. That is simple present, present perfect, and present continuous, and last present perfect continuous. I have written so many sentences that I will explain you later. Now, I would like to give you some information regarding verb. There are five types of verb. The first form of the verb, that is known as base verb, that is go or play. This is base form of the verb. We can also use this verb, that is first verb, in the plural form. Now, the second form of the verb is past tense. The past tense form of the verb is V2, that is went, go, went. Now, the third form of the verb is gone or played. I have written here both irregular and regular verb. The verb 3 is the past participle form of the verb. This is the most important, which is related to our today's topic, that is present tense, how to make passive voice. Now the verb 3, the verb 4 is going or playing. It is wrong here. You have to change here, playing. Okay, this is present continuous form of verb. Now, the fifth is verb 5. That is goes. We have to add S. And here, plays. Y means it is a used in the singular form. While we use verb in the singular form, we should add s. That is over here. That is goes, plays, sleeps, rides, etc. Now come to our topic, that is how to make passive voice, from the active voice. I have already explained you the main objectives of our topic. Now the rest of others, this will also help us to make our passive voice in the perfect manner that it will show you within a few minutes. Now come to the term and conditions. Here few terms are mentioned here. The first one is the main verb. I need your attention, please. You should pay here more attention to remember these important terms and conditions, which will help you how to make passive voice in the easiest way. The main verb, while we make the passive voice, you should always. Why I am pressing the word always, expressing more means I'm giving stress. Why means you should always. While we make the passive voice, you should change your main verb into verb past participle. That's mean verb free. So what is your main verb? That is write. Okay, write over here. So what is the past participle of this verb? Write, wrote, written. So write, wrote, written. Written is the past participle that will change while we form passive voice. Okay, now come to our term. The next is same tense. While we change the passive voice from the active voice, we should not change the meaning of the active sentence. While we make passive voice, we should follow the same meaning as it is. Only we have to change the position of the subject and object. While we change, still the doer of the action is our subject, but in the place of object in the passive voice. One more important point that you have to remember is that while you make passive voice from active voice, you should not change the tense. You should make the passive voice in the same tense. For example, while you make present tense, then your active voice sentence should be in the present tense. So, while you make the passive voice, you should also make the passive voice sentence in the present tense. Or your sentence, your active voice sentence in the past tense, then you should also form a passive voice in the past tense only. Okay, not like indirect and direct speech. What we are doing there, we are changing tense from past tense to future tense. Or suppose our question is present tense, then we are changing into past tense. But here in this type grammar, active and the passive voice, we should not change the tense. Even in the question form also, we should follow the same questions in the passive voice. Now, the third form is order must be followed. What does it mean? Order means, look over here, The first is John writes an email. I have written a small and sweet sentence over here, which is in active form. John is our subject and email is our object and writes is our main verb. Okay, so here the subject is S. John is our subject and object is email and write is our main verb. So we have to write subject, then verb and then object. Look over here, my dear. I have written here the formula. Subject plus verb plus object. In the same sense, we have to form our passive voice in all the tenses. Okay? Now, come to our main topic. Now, this is our main subject. Okay? I need your attention, please. Over here. Now, I have written here, John writes an email. So, our topic is present tense. So, I have written here, writes. Okay? Now, John is our subject and email is our object and writes is our verb in the first form, that is verb 1. Okay, so here subject is John. Okay, so what is subject? Let me clear you. Okay, subject is who is doing the action. Now, who is doing the action over here? John is doing the action over here. So, John is the subject and writes. Obviously, do you know action is the verb, isn't it? And our object is on which the action done upon. On which the action done upon. Who is doing the action over here? John, our subject. Okay, who is doer of the action? John, our subject. Object is on which the action done upon. Okay, now you have cleared. Now, I'm going to change the passive voice, okay, in the present tense. Keep it in your mind, my dear, this is a present tense. Okay, present tense is what we are using is, am and are. For singular subject is, for plural subject are, for I is am, isn't it? Now let's come to our topic. Now the John come to the place of object. Okay, here we have to interchange our subject come to the place of object and object go to the place of subject. Understood? So in this sense, we have to change our subject and object while we make the passive voice. Now, an email is our object. The object come to the place of subject. So what is our object here? An email. So an email come to the place of subject. Understood? And now John. John is our subject in the active voice. While we make the passive voice, we have to bring John in the place of object. Okay? In the place of object. Now you have understood? Email becomes subject and John became object. We just interchange our subject and object. Understood? Now here an email is the subject now and John is the object. Now come to our main topic, that is main verb. So what is our main verb over here? Write. Okay, write is our main verb and I have written here S. Why? Because John is the singular subject. John is the singular subject means we should add S with our grammar, with our verb. So that's why I have written here writes. So this writes what I have told you in our earlier. You should change the main verb in the past participle form. That's mean verb 3. Now change to our verb in the written. That's mean write, wrote, written. So this is our verb. Okay, children? So this is our main verb in the third form. Okay. Now an email written John. Is it right? Almost is finish our passive voice, but I have to change some few helping verb, that is auxiliary verb, because it is a singular subject and email, okay, is a singular subject. So and it is in present tense, I should write here is, because it is a John singular subject. So I should write an email is written by John. Now our sentence is formed. Okay, our passive voice sentence is finished. But it sound more natural? No. So to make our speech, to make our sentence sound more natural, we should add in the place of object, we should add object pronoun. Okay, it's depend on your subject. So what is our subject over here? Singular subject. That means he, because John is a boy. So I should change here by John. Instead of by John, I should write by him. Okay. So our sentence is an email is written by him. Now that's it. Our passive voice sentence is perfect over here. Am I right, children? So now an email is written by him. This is just present tense. Okay, my dear? I am going to show you few more examples of passive voice in the present tense. Just look over here. He plays with dolls. He is our subject, plays our main verb, and dolls, which is noun, okay, is our object. As I told you, dolls, that is our object, it will interchange. Okay, he is our subject and dolls, which is our object, and play is our main verb, which is in the base form of the verb, which means verb 1. While we make the passive voice, we should interchange our subject and object. So our subject goes to the place of object and it becomes object. And our object come to the place of subject and it becomes subject. Understood? Now come to our main topic, that is verb. Verb always we should change into past participle. That is play, played, played. It is regular verb. That's why it is ed over here. And this is verb 3. Okay, that is verb 3. Now the auxiliary verb, which means y, means here dolls is the plural form. So I have written the dolls are played by him. Him is the object pronoun. Instead of John, instead of he, I have mentioned here him. So now clear? I hope you would have understood the present tense form in passive voice. The dolls are played by him. Here also in the active voice, he plays with doll. The same sentence the same sense we have to follow while we make the passive voice. We should not change the tense. Okay? We should not change the sense. Let us see one more example. For example, come here. We teach subjects in English curriculum. Now, our English curriculum is our subject is the object, and we is our subject, and teach is our main verb, that is base form of the verb, that is first form of the verb. Now subject come to the place of object, which becomes subject over here, and we is our object. So come to the place of object. Now our main verb is, we should write in the third form of the verb, that is teach, taught, taught. So the subject is the plural. So I have written here the subjects are taught by us in English curriculum. Look over here, my dear, third sentence. Again, our subject is S, she, and cake is our object. Bake, which is the main verb. Now, a cake, a delicious cake is our subject. And her, that is mean, who is doer of our action? She. So she becomes object. And baked, which is in the third form of the verb, that is past participle. So a delicious cake is, because our subject is singular subject. She is the singular subject, and cake is also a single. Okay, a cake, that's mean one cake, means a delicious cake is baked, the third form of the bake, okay, by her. So now our present tense form passive voice is over here. I hope you people are understood very well.